I guess they can hear me. That might be the problem. They shouldn't be aggroing on me until I'm much closer. Granted, I'm fairly close to them, but still. Oh, Blighttown. Good old Blighttown. I actually really do like Blighttown, despite all my disparaging of it. Blighttown is one of my preferred areas of the entire game, in general. It's a good area. And I do stand by my sentiment that if you can make it through Blighttown, you can beat the game. Okay, I think I know where it is now. It's actually been a little while since I've come through this part of Blighttown. This is almost like the corner of Blighttown that no one ever goes to, because you don't have to get through here to get out or get in. Uh-oh. Bugs. And there's a few treasures that make it worth your while to come over this way, but overall, most people, again, another area where people usually just don't go. Ah, yes. Okay. Here we are. I don't know why I thought it was over on the top left over there. It's definitely down here. Mask of the Sealer, the Crimson Robe set, really nice set. Tin Banishment Catalyst. I think it's a very interesting set in general. I remember how happy I was the first time I found it to find something like that. I've been looking for something like that all game. And Remedy, something we could really use right about now. That's the thing where you get it, especially if you came in the back way, I guess you get it early, but you kind of get it here, and it's like you kind of want it here. If you can use it, you want to equip it. Now, I want to keep this on to get through this terrible, terrible toxic area over here. Because I don't think there's anything else worthwhile that I want to get. Oh, so by the way, I forgot that I could fight that giant worm thing from the inside, and it's much easier to kill. But I'm just not going back because I have no reason to. So let's see if I can not get myself killed, poisoned, or toxicked, and make it out of here with the few things I need. Because we're almost done with Blighttown. We're so close, I can taste it. Tastes like marshy, goopy swamp water. Not that I would know what that would taste like. I do, though. I don't want to talk about it. Story for another marshy, goopy time. Would be really great if I could get through here. I'm still torn on, like, I'm glad I'm keeping track of my deaths, but I have to keep it honorable. I have to keep account of it for any time I die, on or off camera for the most part. So, just to keep it, as good as I can. And it starts to get a little tedious when I die so many times. So, in some ways, it's good because it's keeping me in check when I do something stupid. Or think about doing something stupid. I went all the way to the top. How did I do that? But, makes me think twice before doing anything that might be remotely fun. Because risky is fun, right? That's actually, that's how I play my games. It's not how I live my life. Very, very opposite. Very different. Alright. I can do this. I have everything I need right in front of me. Get in, kill the dog, go home. Oh my god. So scary. So scary. Oh, okay, it's one hit. It's one hit. I can kill him in one hit. Zigzag, zigzag. Serpentine. Hey, we're not one hit. Was that a counter? Can you get a counter on these guys? I guess that counts as an attack, right? It's kind of too bad that the player doesn't get a blow dart gun, although I cannot imagine Red Invaders coming in with an overpowered blow dart gun and trying to toxic people. Alright. Here we go. Oh, I cannot believe I made that jump. Cool. Alright, there's one more guy I gotta get. I don't know if I can... Can I make that jump twice? Yes, I can. Now, the dogs are actually the worst part down here, by far. These are the little shittiest dogs. This is like the worst. They just really did a good job of getting the... None of these enemies feel overpowered. Like, there's nothing in Blighttown that has a lot of poise, right? It's not... Well, I take that back. The big club guys do. But they're kind of stupid and slow. Whereas most of the enemies in Blighttown are either dangerous or can do something to you like this, or the ghouls that can grab you and probably have the worst bleed in the game, right? I think they might have one of the worst grabs. Something else probably has the worst grab, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Alright, what I'm going to do here is risky and remember I was just talking about risky and stupid things? Alright, please hit the dogs. Yes! Oh, gosh, but it feels so good when something risky and stupid pays off. Firekeeper Soul, which is the main draw to come over here. Alright, come on, dogs. Come on. Are there dogs behind me? Alright, this has gotten dangerous. I forgot about the dogs behind me. Oh no, I think they're coming! They're coming! No! It's gotten out of hand. Risky and stupid. Oh. Oh, oh. Oh, yeah. I feel good about that. I usually die here. Okay, that feels pretty good. That Firekeeper Soul. Do not let me forget to use that when we get back. Whoa. Almost screwed it all up. Still could. Still could. There's still time. When I get back up top, I gotta remember to use that. Because I often will pick up 2 or 3 Firekeeper Souls, and then I forget, and then Anastasia, I think is her name, dies. Lautrec kills her. Because I always free Lautrec. It's something I always do. You never need to do it. I could just kill Lautrec right at the beginning. His questline's not really worth it. He's going to be a pain to kill later. But I like him. I like him as an NPC. He's awesome. I enjoy his questline. And it's just kind of like what I do. It's just like, oh, you want to self-sabotage yourself through half your playthrough? Yeah, you go for it. That's just what I do. Just halfway I start playing Dark Souls. I begin a stupid challenge that no one asked for that's going to take far longer than I anticipated. Yet another series that I began and have not finished yet. Takes me 2 fucking years to beat it. And then we get to the point where I also decide, oh, you know what? Let's make this extra hard on myself. And almost roll off the edge and kill myself. Alright, we just need to get to the bottom. We need to get to the bottom and I can call this mission accomplished. Okay, I think right here is where you're supposed to get on. This is the only dangerous thing about coming down this way as opposed to the other way. The other way is a lot of things that'll kill you, poison you, knock you off the edge, or shoot you to death. But this way has this thing. If you misstep on this, you're dead. Maybe if you have fall control on, maybe you can survive it, but I doubt it. Because I think it doesn't matter how much health you have, I believe it's percentage based on the fall, so. And I think fall control just increases your percentage or decreases. Whichever one of those makes more sense. I'm too tired for this. That's the other problem. I'm playing this game, and half the time I'm trying to talk and do stuff. But I'm also tired. It's like something I can't stress enough to someone who might not be tired. I'm going to assume most people probably know the kind of tired I'm talking about, like legitimate tired. But being tired and trying to do this stuff, it's not always that easy. Not so easy. Especially when I'm tired and I'm actively doing stuff, like I'm moving around, like I'm exercising or I'm running or I'm doing work, I'm doing something physical. I'm more awake even though I'm tired, but if I sit down for like 10-15 minutes to, say, play a video game, I suddenly realize how tired I am. And all I want to do is lay down at the bonfire, take a nice nap. I don't always leave my capture device recording in between recordings, but when I do, I record for an extra hour. Okay, so here's the plan. Go in, kill Quillag, ring the bell, get out. Simple, right? Sounds so simple. And we're so equipped now. We've got our +10 broken straight sword, which I still can't say with a straight face. We're going to go ahead and kindle that bonfire to get a few more Estus. I've got the Dark Sans Moon ring on, which I'll probably swap out for the Wolf ring for a little more poise. Chlorthangy, just a given. For now, to get through the rest of the swamp, we're going to keep wearing the Shadow Garb, but we are going to switch to something else to fight Quillag with. Ideally, some fire protection will be good. Our Ulysseal Ivory Catalyst, Grass Crest Shield, Standard Talisman. We're not looking too bad. Heal, Magic Weapon, and I opted for Flash Sweat over Power Within just because I just don't feel like Power Within is all that useful, really. And it's not actually one. It's a lot of people are fans of it, but I'm not actually all that fond of Power Within. It's definitely got its uses, and it's going to come into play in certain areas where I've got nothing else I can use. But I think Flash Sweat will be more useful over Power Within. But I'm feeling a little confident with all the rings we got, all the options I've got, the spells, and my +10 broken straight sword. I think we got an honest shot at doing this. So let's kindle this bonfire up. Haven't done that in a while. Hell, I haven't been human in a while either. It's about time. So let's try to keep it that way for a little bit, right? Okay, got all my herbs, got everything set. Now, Mildred's going to come at me, and she's going to come at me hard, but we're going to push back even harder. I'm not exactly sure where the trigger for Mildred is either. I think Mildred might be one of my... I guess it's just right around here. I think she's one of my... Not my favorite invader. Oh, God. Made a mistake. I went to go for that item. It's a bad idea. Oh, I had the catalyst in my hand. I was ready to parry that. I'm going to say that I nailed that parry. Even though we couldn't really see. Alright, this is why people don't fight Mildred out here, because she just has so much help. But she doesn't need it either. She's fairly dangerous. I kind of wish she invaded not near the bonfire. I sort of wish she invaded like halfway back up. But I guess for people who are struggling to get down, that would have been pretty terrible for them. That would have been awful. I'd appreciate the challenge, though. I wouldn't mind if they moved the invaders around for New Game Plus. In this game, I wish there was more about New Game Plus that did stuff to your game. That's one of the things I actually really like about Dark Souls 2, and it could have done more with it. It definitely could have done more with it. Oh, she has no poison. I forgot about that completely. This is going to be easy. Well, for the most part. But Dark Souls 2 did have that, and that was pretty nice. I do like Mildred's weapon, though. That's probably one of my favorite weapons in this game. And I would have equipped Remedy, but believe it or not, we can't use it. It needs 16 attunement and 16 intelligence, and I only have 14. And I just don't have the souls to get up high enough to use it. Ah, these bugs are the worst. Worst. I'm not dying to bugs. Just so we know, I'm not dying to bugs. Cool. Humanity acquired. No, don't sit the bond. I couldn't remember if that got rid of that or not. Humanity and the butcher knife. Love the butcher knife. Is it? I think it's the server that gives back health, right? But the butcher knife has some kind of effect. Now I'm off on a tangent, but I gotta know. Yeah, the server, which I always forget, actually has the effect where it restores HP per hit, which is really kind of cool. Don't see many people using it. And the butcher knife, I can't remember. Is it like the R2? You get that running one, which is kind of interesting, but I think the R2 also can't be parried when two-handed. So that's somewhat useful. Oh, we look pretty good, human. Nice. I'm pretty happy about this. So we are all set. Spells, rings, everything. We can go fight Quillag. We can do this. Now, earlier when I was going through and collecting a few of the things, I was trying to remember there was a glitch or an exploit about the swamp that I couldn't quite remember about getting through the swampy area here where you can't particularly run. And I think the trick here is to keep swapping your weapon. Keep pressing Y. And you just kind of gain back. You lose stamina very, very slowly. And you can get through here essentially running. It's much quicker than what I was just doing right there. Okay, just checking. Quilana is not there. There's some debate as to what actually triggers Quilana to spawn. What I heard, again, from E&B stuff, was that it requires a... See, that's much faster than doing this, trying to run through this. That's, yeah. I guess that's technically a glitch or an exploit, but I don't feel that bad about it, because it's such a short area. I kind of wish there were more areas like that. It would make the Rusted Iron Ring a little more useful, would make play areas more interesting, not get smashed by a boulder. And, oh, I actually should have, I could have leveled up. I didn't realize Mildred gave me that many souls. Yeah, that's alright. We won't die to Quillag. It'd be nice if I don't die to Quillag. But I think the consensus might be that to trigger Quilana to spawn, you need to have a +10 or Ascended. I think it's +10 because I think she ascends your Pyromancy Flame. You have to have a +10 Pyromancy Flame, but I think the game just needs to register anyone having a +10 Pyromancy Flame. So even if, say, an invader or a summon comes into your world and they have it in their inventory, that will trigger it, because I've had her appear early too. Actually, considering how not long the other ones lasted, I really hope this Flash Sweat lasts longer. It's not something I use very often, so I have no idea how long it lasts, because Hidden Body and Cast Light, the Elicial spells really just don't seem to last long enough. Now, Quillag is one of my favorite bosses. And probably not for the reason she's most people's favorite boss. Not sure why that is. No, but I actually just like her as a boss. She's a really cool boss. I feel like she's like the epitome of a dark fantasy kind of roleplay sort of game. Giant spider, fire, half woman with a crazy sword. It just, what did I do that for? I just think she's really cool. She's got a diverse moveset. Her AI is fairly interesting. It does things like splitting off the room where you kind of get cut off from your allies. And I feel like in Dark Souls, any boss that is just as challenging solo as it is co-op is a good boss in my book. So Quillag, Calamite, Manus, Smoke and Ornstein, these are all bosses that I feel are just as challenging co-op as they are solo. I had bought those golden pine resins I'd used previously for her because I knew she was weak to lightning, but I think we can pull this off. I really do. I actually have a good amount of confidence in this. That's some pretty decent damage. Oh my god! Forgot she had that. Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, all of a sudden, it's a huge room, but just suddenly you get cut off and you get slammed into a corner, and then before you know it, you're surrounded by lava. That's... alright. Well, this is not going so well. I didn't anticipate this. So heal is all of a sudden not useful to me. I'm thinking Flash Sweat wasn't the best idea. Oh god. Block. I meant to change my armor before I came in here too. But if I don't need to and I still win, it looks like I did a really good job without any extra help. And I think my weapon is just far too short. That attack is actually relatively rare. I don't see it very often anyways. There are a couple of really rare attacks in this game, like the Moonlight Butterfly, and there's a good chance we're going to see a lot of rare attacks during this playthrough. I almost survived that. I was going to say, good thing I was using Flash Sweat, huh? I really wanted to be able to say that.